Shocking fact, viral content is everywhere. Believe it or not, there is tons of stuff going viral on Facebook and Twitter every single day. In fact, according to a fairly recent estimate, over 2 million new pieces of content get published every day. You best believe that a significant percentage of that goes viral on social media and on the internet in general. Content goes viral all the time. There are lots of reasons for this. First, the content has some sort of emotional feel. Maybe it's funny, maybe it's shocking, maybe it angers people. Whatever the case may be, people get so worked up that they can't help but share that piece of content. Another reason is just raw cuteness. If you keep seeing videos of cute kittens, this is the cute factor at play. This is pretty self-explanatory. This can apply to infants, animals, or older people doing interesting stuff. As long as something or someone is doing something cute, you can bet there's a high chance that piece of content will get shared a lot. Another common reason for virality is shock factor. People are just shocked or stunned by what's going on in the video. Maybe it involves some sort of crime. Maybe it involves something scandalous, disgraceful, or shameful. People like to see something new. People like to get thrown off from time to time. It's kind of like explaining the appeal of a train wreck. You know you shouldn't watch those, but people do it anyway. Another reason why content goes viral is the raw shock factor of newness. For example, if there is some sort of scientific discovery that really blows people's minds, don't be surprised if it goes viral. Finally, content can go viral if it tells you something that you don't already know. Maybe you already know the content, but it resends the content in a very interesting and engaging way. This type of content is like some sort of brain candy. These are the types of content that go viral every single day. There's really no specific niche preference. You can be watching a viral video on an otherwise boring subject like furniture, but there's something about the video that just catches your attention. You can't help but share it with your friends. Psychological basis of content virality. Let's get one thing clear. When you're sharing stuff with your personal network, you're putting yourself out there. You're stepping out on a limb. It can blow up in your face. If you share content that a lot of people find objectionable, you may lose credibility. Still, people share content on their Facebook timelines and Twitter feeds all the time. Why do they do it? What do they get out of it? What are the psychological factors at play? Well, first of all, people like to share content because they want to be perceived as hip. They want to be seen as cool or as people who know what's up with the internet. They want to be the first to share something interesting that is quickly becoming viral on the internet. There's a tremendous emotional reward associated with being the first to share interesting material. Another reason is just to simply enjoy and exercise one's personal influence. I don't know about you, but it makes me feel really good when I share something that I'm interested in or am passionate about, and my friends share and reshare that stuff. Basically, they validate me when I see that. They tell me in so many ways that my opinion is important. Every share that my content gets is a vote for my personal authority, expertise, and credibility. Finally, people share content because they simply think it is valuable or interesting. In other words, it captures their range of personal interests. Here is the secret. If these people's networks are refined enough to the point that they basically share the same set of interests, you can bet that that content will go viral. Basically, if you like rabbits, and I like rabbits, and I post videos of cute rabbits, chances are you will click the share button once you see my status update on your timeline. Chances are you also have friends who are interested in the same things. You probably have friends who are interested in rabbits, and they will share your content, and so on and so forth. Never underestimate how viral shared interests could be, because this is how Facebook is organized. When you add people to your friend network, chances are they're from the same background as you. They have the same experiences. You went to the same school, and you may have a wide range of shared interests. It is these overlapping shared interests that help fuel virality. So what is the real truth about viral content marketing? There are 3 things that you need to wrap your mind around. Do this, and you will do well with viral marketing. Screw this up, and you will continue to mess up long into the future. You will continue to struggle. First, you don't have to come up with something new. Second, you can reuse somebody else's stuff. Third, you can reverse engineer your competitors' viral materials and networks. Put this all together, and you have all that you need for a successful viral content marketing campaign. Don't join the army of viral content failures. The essence of viral marketing is content. In other words, you have to get viral content so you can pull a lot of traffic from many different places on the internet and convert that traffic into cash. So far, so good, right? Well, the problem is, it's too easy to fail creating viral content. It really is. Too many marketers have a mindset that if they build it, they will come. I'm sorry, but publishing hot, awesome, and creative content on your blog is not going to cut it. Publishing great content is not enough to make it go viral. It's very expensive to create original content. You probably already know that firsthand. Maybe you tried hiring somebody to write this content for you. Maybe you tried writing it yourself. Regardless of how you tried to do it, the lesson is still the same. It's expensive. Either you pay in the form of money or you pay in the form of time. Viral success all boils down to the right eyeballs. In other words, you need to get niche viewers. The secret to viral marketing is not massive amounts of views. It is neither a tremendously mind-boggling amount of traffic. Believe it or not, raw views or raw visibility is not going to translate to much money. Seriously, millions of views won't produce real cash, unless those views are from the right eyeballs. Unless you're just trying to make money off of YouTube videos and you get paid per 1,000 views, traffic in and of itself is not going to put food on the table. Viral content pieces are not commodities. I know I've told you that one key aspect of effective viral marketing is to find stuff that has gained traction on Facebook and reshare it on Twitter, as well as YouTube. But there is a limit to this. Please understand that just because it's hot on Twitter, it doesn't necessarily mean it will gain the same traction on Pinterest, Instagram, or Facebook. After all, if you're sharing video, it's hard to do that on Pinterest. Pinterest is geared only for pictures. While you can get quite a bit of traffic, please understand that it's not as simple as just shifting content from one platform to another. The bottom line, viral popularity doesn't matter. I know you're probably shocked. You're probably thinking, are you crazy? Do you mean to tell me that if my content gets a lot of likes, favorites, and comments, my stuff is still no good? Yes, that's precisely what I'm trying to say. Those metrics don't matter. Do you know what matters? Shares or retweets. Those are the only user actions that matter because they play a direct role in determining how much and how often your content gets redistributed far and wide. It really doesn't matter whether you have a piece of content that gets a lot of commentary and has a lot of favorites and likes. That's not going to help you. You need the right eyeballs. Considering the fact that people who follow other people or who have friends tend to have the same shared interests, then it makes a lot of sense to get your stuff shared as much as possible. When people share your stuff on Facebook, chances are they will share it with people who share the same interest in your niche. That's what you should be shooting for. I've revealed a lot of secrets in this video. Please understand that it's not about the content. Instead, it's about the right eyeballs. You can't treat viral content like some sort of commodity. Also, the vast majority of social signals don't really matter when it comes to viral marketing. In video 2, I'm going to shock you even more with another eye-opening revelation. Maximize niche targeting for your curated content. What is curation? Once you have gathered your reverse-engineered content, please understand that you are going to be using them to build credibility for your social media accounts and, ultimately, to drive traffic to your target website. Your target website could be a resource site, it could be a series of article pages, or it can be an actual blog. However you set it up, you're going to be using third-party content to build credibility for your accounts and build their following. What will pull traffic from those accounts to your target pages, blogs, or resource sites are specific pieces of content or ads that you rotate in between curated content. I hope this is clear to you. You're going to be publishing curated third-party content on your social media account. Now, you may be asking, isn't this illegal? Wouldn't these people object? No, they won't. It's a win-win situation. You're driving traffic to them while at the same time establishing your own niche credibility. You're also calling people to action with their content to like your page, follow you on Twitter or Instagram or whatever other social media platforms you're on. You're creating a win-win situation. The people behind the curated content get traffic and brand visibility. You, on the other hand, get to build up your social media accounts. Once you have a big following, an increasing number of people would then see the direct links to your conversion pages. They can then click through and you end up with more traffic to your email squeeze page. This can lead to a larger email list, which can produce a great amount of income opportunities later on. That's how you play the game. It all boils down to reverse engineering and curating somebody else's content. How to improve curated content. I wish I could tell you that you can just take third-party viral content and promote them as is. This is precisely what a lot of other marketers are doing. Unfortunately, if you were to do that, you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. You have to understand that you're not just trying to pump up traffic with curated content. That should not be your main goal. Your main goal should not be traffic volume. Instead, your main goal is to get niche-targeted people to review your materials. The more of these people you reach, the more likely they would click on the link to your social media account and become a follower or channel subscriber or page liker or fan. Whatever form it takes, your objective is to get a massive amount of people to follow you. You're trying to create a fan base. And it's going to be hard to do this if you are just sending out curated content with the same headlines that were originally used. People can see that your stuff is not really original, so they probably would ignore it. After all, this stuff is viral, so they've probably seen it before from somewhere else. Your first step after you have filtered curated content for niche specificity is to change their headlines. Create niche-targeted headlines for all your curated content. Bring it home. Tighten the focus of this content. For example, if you have a dropshipping store that sells cat pendants and you have found really great viral videos of cute kittens, make sure the headlines of the video teases people or informs them about your inventory. This is not easy because you have to do it in an attention-grabbing way. But if you're able to give this enough time, you can come up with a niche-specific headline that will get people excited about your niche-specific social media account. Create niche-targeted descriptions or commentary for curated content. Not only should you recreate the headline of the content that you're poaching, you should also do the same for its descriptions or commentary. It's really important to make it clear that this content is intended for a specific audience. This way, when this material blasts its way all over the internet and through all social networks, it can then filter people who are interested in the content. Only people who are really in your niche would want to click on the link that you paired with the content to go back to your social media account. Use niche-targeted hashtags. This piece of advice applies to people using curated content on Twitter and Instagram. If you did your homework correctly with videos 4 and 5, you should already be aware of Twitter hashtags that are very popular in your niche. Compile a list of these. Rotate among these when you publish curated content on Instagram and Twitter. This way, you piggyback on hashtags being searched for by people interested in your niche. This is how you get niche-targeted eyeballs. Again, the whole point here is not just to drive a mob of otherwise uninterested people to your social media accounts. Instead, you're looking to get a nice flow of people who are truly interested in your niche and then getting them to follow you on social media. Remember the secondary effects of curated viral content. Viral content is so powerful because you don't just attract people who are already interested in your niche, you also end up motivating them to share with their own social circles. This can lead people sharing the same interests or roughly the same interests to see the links to your social media accounts. So understand how this secondary traffic effect works when crafting headlines, descriptions, and commentary. You're not just repackaging hot content. You're trying to reach people and also their friends and the friends of those friends who share the same niche interests. I want to share with you this big picture so you can see how important this is. This is not something you just blow through. So you have to give this proper attention so as to maximize the niche targeting capabilities of the curated viral content that you are sharing.